they may not be here till 6 o'clock. I want to give an opportunity for Chief Hickory and Mr. Penley to explain the tasers, and then we may have to do this again in a few minutes, but this is the first time y'all seen this other than my email sent to you, and the reason we've got on the agenda tonight and a request. So Chief, I'm going to let you turn it over to Jimmy and tell you what this program is about tasers.
This is a program
And the reason we need it.
This is a program me and Jimmy looked at a few months ago. He'd got in contact with Taser and they'd sent us a quote on it here a while back, and then we'd gotten into a predicament where we only have 5 tasers left, and 3 of them are about 5 years old, and 2 of them are relatively probably a year old, something like that. But we've got officers that are operating without them. With this plan here from International Taser itself, they give us a proposal of $11,858, and with a discount, it would be $10,108 up front. And then what we do is we'll pay $1,850 per year for 4 years, and that will be a grand total of $17,639.02. During this course of time, once Taser sends us, they'll send us 11 tasers. These things are about $899 a piece, or $873 a piece. And then we have to have the cartridges with them. They'll send us 11 tasers. We'll use one as a spare, put 10 in service. If one of them goes down, we take the one out of the spare, put it in service. We send the one back to them, and they immediately send us a new one, not a refurbished one, not a rebuilt one, or anything of that nature. They send us another one, a new one, to replace it. For us paying this $1,850 a year for the next 5 years, it guarantees us replacement tasers in 5 years, brand new replacement tasers in 5 years at this cost, at today's price. They said that the approximate estimate of increase on charging, what they'll be charged, it'll be about $1,200 in 5 years from now. So basically, it's kind of a lease ownership type program that we'll be getting involved with, but at any point in time, that if one of these tasers goes down, we just send it back and they replace it. As it is right now, they won't accept anything except maybe 2 that we've got, and there's kind of limited warranty on those. They'll tell us, we'll try to fix it, we'll send you the bill for whatever it fixed. We usually get them back telling us they can't fix them, it needs to be replaced.
Is it because it's not from their company?
No, ma'am, it's from their company.
It is from their company.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Out of the 5 we've got right now, I think 3 of them are between 5 and 7 years old.
Okay, and this from 873 is projected at about 12. I think we talked about this.
1,200, from 12 to 1,250 is what
Yeah.
they're projecting these to be sold for 5 years from now.
Uh-huh.
Plus, if we outright purchase 10 of these right now, then we will be responsible for the repair if any of them go down between now and 5 years. Plus, we're not entitled to this price in 5 years. We will purchase them as the market increases on the value.
Is it just a new program that they're changing, or?
It's a new program so that you can buy multiples and then get some assurance with them and replacement.
Are these a little more up to date too, Ronnie?
These are today's models, up to date.
Are these in your budget?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
They're not in the budget, but the money's in the budget to cover them.
all right.
It's not a line item.
It's not a line
They
item,
just,
no.
they just started offering it in November, and what they're doing is a trade-in also. You get the first year. The reason why we don't pay anything the first year is because we're trading in our old ones, no matter if they work or not. They're getting us money on them, and they're adding that as for the first year, like a reimbursement type thing, because we're giving them our old ones back plus $100. The first year we don't pay anything. With this price included, it includes the warranty, like Chief was saying, for 5 years. So no matter what happens to them, whether it's their fault or our fault, all we do is send it back to them and we get a brand new one, in 2 to 4 weeks. And we have an extra failure to cover that loss of that one until we get a new one. And then at the end of the 5th year, 11 more come back to us. We send those back and 11 more come back to us.
And at that point in time, if we want to re-up in this program, we can re-up in this program and continue to pay in, and then get new ones again in 5 more years.
So it's just for 4 years.
But these, in the
at
budget,
$1,850.
I have money in the equipment line item in the budget.
He had $37,000 approved in his budget from this year's budget, and so far we spent $7,528. So there is,
Cameras come from, where the cameras come from.
if cameras come, they was about $4,000, $4,000. The same company we bought the cameras from, is the same company the tasers come from, which you used to do.
Okay, and you said you're getting 11,
Yes.
but there's 10 on here.
We purchased 10, they
They'll
give us
send us
Purchase
11.
10, you get 11, okay.
They
And
send
you
us
get
11, one for a spare.
20 cartridges, and I don't know how these things work, so,
We have different footages of cartridges. The one I think they got listed is either a 21 foot or a 25 foot. They range from $25 to $35 depending on what length of wire you get. And they're only good for one shot. But once the probes make contact, you can continue to, as long as they're not, complying with your commands, you can continue to hit the button when they get 5 seconds each time. So it's only good for one shot, but it's good for repetitiveness until they comply. Which if y'all want to know anything about them, I can show y'all or tell y'all anything about them.
Tasers used one time,
Yeah, the
That
actual
cartridge,
cartridge,
that cartridge.
but the actual taser itself has what they call a dry stun mode, where you take the cartridge off and you can dry
So you
stun
change
those
the
too
cartridge.
for compliance. Yeah, so each cartridge is like 25, 30 bucks, however much it says on there.
But I think our, once we deploy one taser cartridge, then I think our policy covers it, up to 3 times, and that's it. We'll divert to some other means.
We don't go more than 3 shots and then move on to another means.
And you can't use some types of pepper spray with these things, because some types of pepper spray have a flammable base in them.
Didn't you get your new agenda? She gave us all a new
I
one.
got what was in that
She
drawer
may
there.
have already changed those out, Troy's.
Then we'll go back over this again, we'll get to fight these tasers, because I knew.
I'm sorry, I was
You
just
was running late, and you had a meeting, that's no problem.
in a sale today.
We're just, this is the only thing we've discussed so far.
Other than the straight.
Trying to let you,
Okay. You want everything?
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Well, hey, Lena.
it's getting close to 6, we'll go back over this again here in just a second. The other thing we have on the agenda tonight is, they don't have an amount on it, I wanted to get your opinion before we get out of the meeting. So, when we have our downtown revitalization celebration, the chamber is gonna do, the Hamilton Bucks, where they purchase and put, pay people able to spend money back in our city. And I put this on the agenda, but I didn't put an amount. I was thinking anywhere from 15 to 2,500, but I wanted y'all to have to make that decision before we get to the meeting. I think it'd be good for us to give the chamber the money, then the chamber does the drawings, and that way they can put, whoever wins in the drawings, they'll have several, probably 10 or 12 drawings, is that right, Marl? And that money has to be spent back in, which is one way of helping our merchants, because they have been kind of put in a hard way, to say the least. And that's not much to put back if they spend it back in town. They'll have to. Some of the merchants downtown would be some of the ones that they put the money back into. And because I know we want to do something for them, and this might be something that might help little business, but I didn't have an amount. I just had a range. So if y'all help me, wherever you think, I'll be glad to put that in motion and get me. Y'all got a number?
Why don't we go middle of the road and go, it's just a suggestion, a couple thousand. Marlon, you might mention too that, the requirement to get these tickets.
First time, first time we've done this where they're gonna be required in order to register, it is with a purchase. Before, we had people just walking in, stuffing boxes by the hundreds. So between now and the day of the event, we've got the little registration cards. They sign participating merchants. And it will be merchants throughout town, it's not just limited to downtown, but it will be Hamilton-based merchants.
Because the main reason is to put back into the persons that have been,
Right.
misput.
And we haven't set the final amount of how much we're going to give away yet. But one thing it will include, the fire department received a grant for 30 weather radios. And we'll be drawing for those as well as the Hamilton books. But again, the registration is with a purchase in these participating businesses. And the list is growing every day, so.
I'm good with 2,500.
Fine, too.
I don't think.
2,500 bill. Does that work, Mark?
Yes, sir.
I think we're sure we could sign it.
We'll take good care of it for you.
Trying to help.
I know you will, and I know it's something that, go right back in our community, like we just give the money away, it comes right back in the receipt business. Y'all see anything else on here to talk about before we end?
We gonna discuss the house business when we get
Yeah,
in?
yes, sir, you want to? Sure will. We will have to have an executive session night at the end of the meeting with Scott on, but we won't come back and do anything afterwards unless he needs to go over some stuff with us.
I've got something I need to bring up, personnel issue.
Okay.
You got personnel, what was yours now?
His would be about litigation.
Litigation.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Okay, let's go.
Sit back there, Mike, I apologize.